Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss 6th Sem English Unit 4 Poem. And it is an educational video. And yes, in 6th Sem English Unit 4 Poem, what poem we are going to discuss? The title of the poem is Strange Meeting, written by Wilfred Owen. And yeah, so, out of the pre-reading activities, these are the questions you are supposed to discuss in the class. What is war? Why do you think wars are waged? Are wars necessary? I think all of you know the answers, and I want you to draw your attention to the consequences of war on society and how do they impact the ordinary human lives. And then this is very important. Do you see any difference between conventional and modern warfare? Yes, definitely there is a difference between the conventional war and the modern warfare. Modern warfare, you all know that all the sophisticated weapons are used where there is the greatest danger and harm caused to the human life. And faced with the extreme danger of modern warfare, the importance of preserving peace is indisputable. Yes, everybody wants to see that peace is preserved. Otherwise, there will not be any human race left on the planet. So, the United Nations plays an important role in conflict prevention using diplomacy, good offices, and mediation. So, that is the major responsibility of United Nations. So, this is about the author of the poem Strange Meeting, and the author of the poem you all know, Wilfred Owen. He says that he was the promising British poet and he was killed in action just a week before the First World War ended. You know, World War has taken place for 4 years, 1914 to 1918. And he was known for his criticism of the cruelty of war and his advocacy for its victims. He was very much concerned about the war and the victims. And he also portrayed the horrors of trench war. And this is a trench war, students. They used to dig up trenches to hide the soldiers. And then these were very horrifying things in the war. And also the chemical weapons which are used in contrast to the contemporary perception of war. And the war was considered as the glorious and honorable thing because whichever nations have taken part, winning a war was an honor for the nations. They never bothered about the people who died in the wars. So Owen, along with another other poets, he was very much very vocal. Means he criticized the war, and then these are some of his famous poems written by him. And this about the poem. So Wilfred Owen once said, "My study is war and the pity of the war." So he was concerned about the people who really died in the war. And in his poem, we come across a soldier speaker. Means the speaker himself was a soldier who descends to hell. Hell is a place where people go after death when they commit sins. So he comes to the hell and now he speaks to us, where he meets another enemy soldier whom he had killed in the battle the previous day. And the dead soldier is sad because he cannot tell the world the truth about the war. He was very much worried about the truth, this soldier. So, and what was the truth? The horrifying acts of war, which could really affect the peace and harmony, which could not be replaced with peace and harmony. So these were the things, and he criticized very severely the loss of the innocent lives, students. This is about the poem Harmony. So, this is the first stanza, students. It seemed that out of battle I escaped down some profound, dull tunnel, long since scooped through granites which titanic wars had groined. Did you understand this first stanza? I don't think. So, the soldier speaker, is telling us it looks like I escaped from the battle down some profound, dull tunnel. These are the tunnels created by the soldiers to hide themselves during the war, and long since scooped. Scoops means created. They dug up the tunnels through granites means hard rock, which Titanic wars had groined. Titanic wars means very huge wars between the topmost nations. Groin means created. These tunnels are created because of the Titanic wars. Yet also their encumbered sleepers groaned. So there in the tunnels, you can see the encumbered sleepers means burdened sleepers. They are actually snobbed. They are just um, uh, loaded with burden, the sleepers, and they are groaning. Groaning means making painful noises, too fast in thought or death to be disturbed. That means they are too fast. How did they become burdened? Either in thought or death, means actually they are dead, so they cannot be disturbed, or they cannot be made alive to respond. Then, as I probed them, one sprang up and stared with piteous recognition in fixed eyes. So I was probing them, the soldier going on, disturbing the soldiers who were just lying dead in the tunnel. So suddenly, one soldier sprang up, got up, and started staring into this soldier's eyes with piteous recognition in fixed eyes. So he recognized something with the sympathy, a kind of pity he recognized with his fixed eyes. Lifting distressful hands, he tried to lift his hand as if to bless. And by his smile, I knew that sullen hall. So, in that hall means hall which is gloomy and despaired. Though there is smile, I understood that by his dead smile, I knew we stood in hell. Both of us, we are standing in the hell. So, this is the starting paragraph, stanzas of the poem, students. The dead soldier, or the soldier speaker, is talking to us and is describing the scene over there. That is the scene is in the tunnel where almost all the soldiers are dead. One soldier is talking to him. So, with 1,000 fears, that vision's face was grained. That means the soldier's face was etched. Means everywhere, throughout the face, there was fear. Lot of intensified fear was there. Yet no blood reached there from the upper ground. So now the war was not there because everyone was dead, and no blood was coming down from the upper ground. You all know these soldiers are in the trenches, or the ditches which were dug in the earth, and no guns thumped or down the flues made moan. No guns thumped means no soldiers were marching, so you could not hear any footsteps over there. Or down the flues made moan. Flues are the pipes from the trenches. There were chimneys. So whenever they lit a fire, the smoke used to escape from the pipes. But now, the through the pipes, moaning sound was heard. But now, moaning is a painful sound. But now, there was no sound coming out of the flues. So that is how the trenches used to construct, students. You can see in the picture. Okay, these are the soldiers. Some are dead, and some are ready to fire. Some are ready to face the assault and all. So there was now it is everywhere. It is silent. The war is over. Strange friend, I said, here is no cause to mourn. So I'm consoling the soldier who is trying to console another soldier. No, there is no reason to mourn or feel sad, because now the war has come to an end. No sounds we could hear. None, said the other, save the undone years. So the other soldier is telling, yes, I know there is no reason for mourning, because save the undone years. If at all the years were saved, what all years we lost, because they died at a very young age. So if those years were saved, there could be no reason for mourning, none. The hopelessness. Now, everywhere there is no hope. Everywhere you could see hopelessness only. Whatever hope is yours, was my life also. So you are thinking that your life only had hope and you were only trying to win. But even my life also was the same. I went hunting wild after the wildest beauty in the world. Before I took part in the war, I was hunting. What for? Just to locate or discover the wildest beauty in the world, which lies not calm in eyes. Now in the dead eyes, that beauty doesn't appear, or braided hair. The beauty was there in the braided hair, means the lady whom he loved, the hair was braided. So that beauty is not there now, but mocks the steady running of the hour. Now the time is fleeting and it grieves richlier than here. So everywhere, whoever the left of family members are grieving over there, grieving richlier than here. You think here you are there and you are feeling happy that the war has ended and there is no need to fear. No, actually, the war has ended, but nothing is left. Everywhere it is hopelessness only. For by my glee might many men have laughed. If I laughed, many my family members might have laughed. And of my weeping, something had been left. But now I am crying because something I left and am here now, which must die now. I mean, the truth untold. There is a truth. The wars are unnecessary. That truth must be told, but there is no one left to tell the truth, and it is dead. The truth is dead now. Yeah, which must die now. I mean the truth untold. The pity of war. The pity war distilled. That means there is nothing left, only the pity. The sympathy is left over. And where do you think the pity has come from? It has come from the war. War distilled. Distilled means the leftovers, the results. So now men will go content with what we spoiled. So yes, because somebody might be winning and somebody might have lost. So the winning team, those men will go content. That means they are satisfied with, but we have spoiled the other team, means other enemies. Or discontent, boil bloody and be spilled. There was blood everywhere. The losers' blood was boiling, and there was discontent. They were not, they were actually disgusted and they are desperate. They will be swift with swiftness of the tigress. But do you think they are going to keep quiet? They are going to move faster. Again, they'll be boiling with revenge, the fastness of the tigress. None will break ranks, though nations trek from progress. So, okay, the winning nations, they will be progressing, they will be glorified, and they'll be enjoying their success. Courage was mine, and I had mystery. Even I was courage, though I lost my war. I had courage, and there was mystery in my life. Wisdom was mine, and I had mastery. I could win the war, and because I was so wise to miss the march of this retreating world. Do you think the world is marching forward? No, the world is retreating into vain citadels that are not walled. So, where do you think the world is going? Into the empty citadels are the forts. Okay, the forts are empty and there are no walls for these forts because they are all destroyed. Then, when much blood had clogged their chariot wheels, I would go up and wash them from sweet wells. So, the chariots, everywhere the chariot wheels are filled with blood. Clogged means blocked with blood. Even with truths that lie too deep for taint. Though, so there are marks of this blood with the truth. So every mark of the blood is showing some truth. It's revealing some truth that the wars are unnecessary. So, coming to the last stanza, students, these are the two last stanzas. I would have poured my spirit without stint. So, spirit is the liquid which heals the wounds. So, I would have poured, if I were alive, I would have poured the spirit without any stint. That means without any burning sensation, but not through wounds. I'm not intending to heal the wounds. not on the cess of war. So, if at all there is any halt for the war, there could be no wounds. That kind of healing I want. Foreheads of men have bled where no wounds were. So, people who really got hurt, their foreheads might have bled, filled with blood. But you could not see the wounds, the real wounds you could not see. And in the last stanza, you will come across the revelation of the soldier students. The other soldier, the enemy soldier, is telling who he was. I am the enemy you killed, my friend. I knew you in this dark, for so you frowned. Yesterday, through me, as you jabbed and killed, I parried, but my hands were loath and cold. Let us sleep now. So, who do you think I am? I am the enemy you killed yesterday in the war, and now in the dark you frown and you are trying to console me, telling that there is nothing to worry. Already everything is over now. There is nothing left, only hopelessness. Yesterday, through me, as you jabbed, you literally stabbed me and you killed me with your weapons. I parried. That means I was completely taken away. I was shocked, but my hands were loath and cold. Now my hands became very cold. That means they're dead. Let us sleep now. Come on, you are also dead. I am also dead. Let us sleep both now. So that is the ultimate truth of the war students. Hope you understood the poem. Now you can read the poem once again so that you know you will understand very clearly. Still, if you have any queries or any doubts, you can ask me students, or you can put them in the comment section. I'll be there to answer.